shimmy.
This thing is tight.
There's one place in America that has more vendors.
You know Scott and Tam?
I think so, yeah.
He's like their main metal guy.
Oh, no, I do know Scott. Yeah, and he was talking about this thing. This was here last year.
Yeah.
Yes. I remember the logo. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, like not all these are SEMA. Some of them go to a couple of them, but not all of them.
And we're live, Mike.
And then the pro builders out there, it's like
As I roll B-roll here.
Yeah.
Which
OEM too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and then they still pull all this new school.
They kept the rust.
Yeah. I can really
what a cool
appreciate
touch.
this build. And the wheels are really cool. The roadies, it's on roadies. Oh yeah, little details. Little details.
That is.
That is a really cool build. Look at that hood hinge design
Yeah, that's like a Porterbuilt hinge, I think.
with the dual shock.
Yeah, it's
Crazy.
a firewall mount. They changed it from the fender well to the firewall, so
got
you can run the big tubs.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I didn't even know Porterbuilt had that. I love that it's got OE sheet metal on it.
I like the shiny top and the,
Yeah.
and the satin.
It's a really
body.
cool build.
That is wicked.
You're GoProing today.
That's a nice truck, man.
Thank you.
Is that your build?
Yeah. Well, we built the chassis under, and actual customer built the truck himself in his shop. Like, we built chassis and did some exhaust under it. And that's it.
So we're geeking over the fact that you've kept rust right against late model, high tech. It's just neat, man. I mean, it's a really neat build, and then the subtle touches, like Jason pointed out, the Hellcat stuff and the inserts, and it's well thought out. Is it fun to drive?
Very,
Yeah.
very fun to drive.
Yeah.
Very fun.
What's the? Obviously, it's not a stock tune in it, right? What's the power
I
output?
think it's around 900 horsepower.
Wow.
Yeah. A lot.
So my first question is, what is wrong with you? But the second question is, absolutely yes. But wow, man, that's amazing. 900 horse. Holy smokes.
So
Yeah.
you see the battle scars in the back.
Let's look at battle scars. 4.0.
If I'm not mistaken, last year the customers who were looking at their drive shafts come apart
Yeah, that's a
from blowing the transmission up in it twice.
that's a badge of honor. That shows that somebody's got their foot in it,
It's
right?
driven about 10,000 miles since it's been built.
Some ride tech shocks, all the stuff. Man, that's so tight. So has this been built very long?
23.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, 20.
Well, it's my first time seeing it, but yeah.
No, this one was unveiled at Run to the Sun in 23, maybe it was 23. So
Yeah. Awesome build, man. Great. It's great. I want to ride.
Interior.
Yeah.
Look at the dash is all up to date, everything.
It's sick.
It is very sick.
Here's Jeff. Jeff, this is Candy.
Hi. How you doing?
So Bedwood Products are out of Hopkinsville, Kentucky. I've worked with them on a couple of different things. I've got a black OBS here that I did the paint job on, and there's a retro liner in it. It's a wood liner. You got to see it. It's really pretty.
Wood liner.
Yes.
Real wood bed liner.
And it's this sample here. I was hoping that would turn, but the wood is called Paduac.
Okay.
Paduac. I'm sorry. Yeah. Emphasis on the wrong syllable. But but it's gorgeous, and it's the color of the wood, right? It's not the stain.
No, there's no stains on it.
So that's the actual color.
There's no stains on it.
Yeah, and look at the red tones in it. It's
I like the
just
grain as well.
Stunning.
The grain,
Yeah.
like the very narrow grains.
Yeah. So they've got drop-in liners for
Really,
Bronco.
well, any truck with a metal floor, the retro liner, we have that 420/25 in the back.
Okay.
Then we've got our Bedwood brand, which is very truck that had a factory wood floor.
Right.
And so we're all the way back to 1919.
Yeah.
So we got over 100 years of fitment there.
Because when I thought of bedwood, I always thought of you as a bedwood kit product. I didn't know that you had the bed liners.
Yeah, we came up with the retro liner back in 2009. So
Yeah. And so mine's a custom application. We used AMD tubs and extended, so we've got lots of footprint
Right.
for a rear wheel. So Jeff
So
and his
got
team
narrower.
came down and they did a scan of the inside, got a CAD file, and then made the bed around that. And they do that for customers too. So it's a really trick product.
Awesome. And then
Yeah.
how did you pick that color?
We
and
were going
grain?
to go, it's a 454 SS kind of a tribute truck.
So
and
red.
Eventually there's going to be the red logos on the
Right.
bedside, and that is
So
going
you
to bring
wanted-
that in.
Very cool. So you
So-
tie everything together.
Yeah.
Very nice. I'm
Yeah.
really excited to see this in person because when you look it up online, you got a beautiful website, but it's just not the same when you see the colors and the grains and everything in person.
But they've got it down. They're using all waterborne materials. When they do the boards themselves, they're sealed 360 degrees, so there's no expansion contraction. Or with a typical wood floor and the finish pops off, it doesn't happen. They've scienced it out.
You've got a satin and a gloss, so you can.
Yeah.
Satin and gloss.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm geeking over it because
Yeah,
it's
no
such
kidding.
a cool thing.
I'm
right?
learning more and more and more just
Yeah.
knowing that you have multiple finishes. I knew about the grains and the colors.
And then the different bed strips to go with it as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which we got right on this side over here.
Yeah, so boltless strips, extruded aluminum, domed, and I'm just
Yeah, we got
lots.
the speed bump and the flat top.
Oh,
and then this is our new
wow.
one. Our smoke stainless is the new one. right
That's
there.
really cool.
Yeah.
This is really really nice.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, the hidden hardware.
Yeah. But it's just a neat. We had to stop by, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
No, I can really appreciate this.
And all American made.
Of course.
All the raw products American made. You know, the trees grow wherever they grow, but we get the lumber and we make the
I
product
mean,
in Kentucky.
I've seen you've had some pretty rare, different wood options
Oh,
too.
yeah.
You've got the African
And everything in
What's
house.
the song
Well,
called?
we got like zebra wood's neat, and then over here you get more of the exotics over like the zebra wood and black limba.
That's the one. Yes.
It's just crazy looking.
Just beautiful. And same thing with this, like the leopard.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. What's the Carbon series?
The Carbon series, you know, black is the new chrome.
Yes, yeah, true.
People hit us up, and we worked a few years and developed that, and that's what we call it. It's carbon coal. You know, it's
Yeah.
black. We're coal country.
Yeah.
And so you can see it with the satin on the bottom, gloss on the top, and then people have been setting us up for a gray bed. So we said we came up with a Phantom, and we've been working
I'm a
on developing
huge fan of
that.
this. That's beautiful.
Yeah, did you see the American flag we did on the other side of this?
Oh, please show us. So this is it then, hey Kevin?
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that cool?
Wow. How is that even made?
Yeah, all of their boards are made with CNC. It's really,
Really?
interesting to go to the factory.
I
Yeah.
would love to see that. And like how you did this.
And the
This is
strips, they've got an
beautiful.
extrusion machine that they make their own strips, and yeah, it's cool.
Very cool. And then this is the product that we were just talking about.
That's a retro liner there for El Camino.
Like a G body or an A body?
This one, this piece of G body.
That is really cool. So how do you ship this?
Well,
Piece at a time.
I'm a-
In
yeah.
a really heavy box.
Yeah,
That's
so
how
this,
it
so
is.
this is unassembled.
it's unassembled and it comes ready to install.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see exactly how to put one in, because I did that on that
Good
black
to know.
OBS. Yeah, for
Good
sure.
to know. So
And
you
it
got
took
the-
me, with the cameras rolling, it took me an hour and 40 minutes.
With the cameras
With the
rolling?
cameras
and you know-
rolling.
And that means
If you're not making TV, you can do it in about 45 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, because that's honestly one of the hardest parts is moving your cameras, adjusting everything
Yeah,
like
for
that.
sure.
So
Well, I
you'd
did-
be able to do that in under an
I had
hour?
an engineer that used to
Incredible.
work for me that was an amazing engineer, but I'll just say he had to wear slip-on shoes.
Yeah. But I
So
wanted
I made
to.
him install one in an El Camino, and they're tough to do because they're everything's curved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it took him 45 minutes. And if he can do it in 45 minutes, anybody can.
Yeah, if you can install this in under an hour, period, that's an amazing,
Yeah.
simple install. Great
And-
No
product.
drilling required.
Well, and with the
So
steel-
avoid a body more through.
Yeah, you utilize a factory water drains. If you want to take it out, you take the corner boards out and lift it out with two guys.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
it's just a trick system, so
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go watch that video later. Put the link down here, guys.
make sure you hit the like button. Hit the like button.
Yeah, and comment below what Kevin can do next time.
Well, thanks for talking to
Yeah,
us, man.
thank you.
Absolutely. Appreciate y'all
it.
coming by.
You bet.
Appreciate you showing me a new product. You as well. Take care.
It's going to be a whole video. Wow. Cool. Yeah.
Look at that, Kevin. Numbers matching. Where'd you find this car?
About 20 miles from my house. It came out of, it was built in California and then it was sold in Iowa. And a guy restored it I've been hunting one of these 6-foot bumper cars, and it's hard to find.
They really are.
Hi, Kevin. Hi.
Hey, Rodney Harris. Nice to meet you.
Absolutely. So the spoiler, I've got a 74, so it's got the right back window, but it was just a piece of garbage. But I'm putting the RS front on it. I'm not cloning anything. I'm just making the car that I want. But I'm using the low profile spoiler as well, and I don't know where to put it. Is that original?
Yes.
Okay.
This car's all original. The only thing that's changed on this car came, I got the build sheet, it came with a 2-barrel.
Okay, yeah. So
And
somebody
it's
put
been
an intake manifold on it.
And it's even matching numbers. You wouldn't know that unless
Wow.
I told you. It's the
Right.
right intake, it's the right carburetor,
Yeah,
it's all
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Somebody spent a lot of time on this car.
Yeah, this car's super clean, man. Very, very nice.
Yeah, it's, but yes, that's the correct spoiler. You know, that was the
It's the correct spoiler, but is it the correct placement?
Yes.
So it's got to be, okay, can you pop the trunk for me?
Yeah.
Do the studs go right through?
Because I saw one.
Because it would be ideal if you could get that template.
Yeah, I saw one yesterday, and it was moved up ahead to where there was no overhang on the back side of it. But yeah,
Okay,
you've got the
right
back.
there. Look
Yeah.
at that. You want a
'Cause
tape
right
measure?
here, that's your, yeah. All right, so I'm live. All right, so this is cool. You know, I mean, you're talking about patina. They may be enhanced here and there, but here's something that's interesting. Typically, I recommend to finish the Bondo and prime it. But you don't have to. If you want a cool looking patina, there you go. I mean, it's just raw body filler on, looks like original paint, because there's an OE sealer there. There's a red oxide from the dip. Yeah, this car is cool. And it's super solid, right?
Race car.
And can we say like twin turbo, what, 383 probably, right?
I think that's what we're looking at.
Oh, he's got the Sirius shifter also. Man, what does
Yeah,
this
383 twin turbo wagon.
make? Son of a gun.
Amanda insert Mo Party, the guy firing this thing up. That's cool. That's cool. I like this. So cool. Man, thank you, buddy.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
This is too cool. This is living proof that you do not have to have shiny paint to have a cool car. And I'm the guy that teaches you how to do shiny paint, but look, I mean, wow.
Are these bumpers factory too, or are these tucked?
Those are factory.
That's so cool.
Oh, yeah.
And patina is just as cool as shiny paint, guys.
Yep, yep.
Appreciate it all.
Mm-hmm.
I love this.
Yeah.
So you think that this is the filler? Or no, sorry, this is the factory color,
Yeah,
the
that's
green?
the filler right there. I think that's probably the factory color.
that's the
It's
red
been
oxide underneath.
Yeah, so it's red oxide, factory color, sprayed once.
Right.
Yeah,
And then the filler was in the back quarter that we were looking at there.
yeah.
That's just metal.
Paint techs, am I right? Is that one I'm looking at?
Power to weight Miata stuff right there.
Why does that look like a very small Corvette?
It's an Opel GT.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's an Opel GT?
It's, well, Opel was its own car company, actually.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the
In the
inspiration behind it?
70s-ish.
Yeah, it's definitely 70s vibes.
And they did not come with a V8, just so you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the Ford logo is not really.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of guys pro streeted them and raced them because it was such a tiny body.
Yeah, of course. It's very light and small.
We got
This is
sidetracked.
actually a Bel
97
Air,
times.
but you'll see what I was talking about with the insert
How
in
you
the
doing,
back
man?
end. This doesn't have it because it is a
I didn't
Bell,
realize
but the
it was a
Impala
Bell.
has a full tailpan
Very
insert.
cool.
And then when you're coming up the side of the car, actually this trim's been coated or wrapped.
No, it looks solid in photos. too.
Really
Yeah.
cool finish. And you can tell
And
it's a
that's the
Bell because it is a
cooling
bench
module?
seat car.
That's basically the GM version.
That's a factory
Yeah, yeah.
insert. And then once again, this fender's different. And here at the headlights, it's got one headlight bezel for two headlights, whereas the 61 has individual
Jason
headlights.
was right behind me.
Who was it?
Jason.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Such a cool car.
Amanda, insert the more you know right here.
Yes.
I don't know nothing. I just know something. What's up, guys? You're back here with your girl Candy from AMD Garage with Dave from Cold Case.
Cold case radiators, yep.
Very cool product. I see a radiator support. I see a rad combo with a fan setup.
So generally we're an OE replacement style radiator company, but we've expanded the line into what you see here.
Okay.
We have a prototype here in Dave's car of our Mopar B-body rad support. It's a full billet rad support.
Oh, so we're taking some weight out of it too, guys.
Yeah, it's actually in a lot stiffer and stronger. It's really tricked the way it's assembled. It's all tongue and grooved and everything, so it's a pretty neat piece. Plus we're able to put a big, wide crossflow radiator where with autocrossing and some of the racing and some of the high horsepower applications need a bigger radiator, bigger cooling package. We use a two-row technology.
Okay.
They're bigger tubes, they're 1.25 inch tubes, so it's going to give you more surface area than a 4-row
Okay.
radiator, so more capacity, more surface area on the tube,
Okay.
a little bit better fin design. All the rad supports are in stock.
Okay. Very cool. So
yeah,
then you just
so
got to put your combo together.
First gen Camaro.
Okay, that's what this is here?
What this here is. It comes like you see it with the filler panel that covers up between the header and
So
the
you don't
rad
have to
support.
order a second part, which you always
Nope.
need to get is the filler panel. You have that.
And the really trick thing about the Camaro one is you guys are familiar because you make the replacement panels.
Right.
They're bowed. If
Yeah.
you look at this one's straight. So it's moved the radiator forward over 1.5 inches.
So you're giving more space
More
for
space, so
all the
big
high
block.
horsepower
long
applications.
water pump, LS, you know, so anything that you would have a space constraint, that's taken away with this unit.
And let's be honest, if you have an F-body, you have a space constraint.
Yes, exactly.
That is a very cool product. So you have the fan, you have the actual radiator support on the shelf.
Yep.
And then you pick your combo, essentially.
Yep, LS or a standard configuration. This is an LS
Okay.
radiator.
And if somebody ordered this, how long would it take you to get out the door?
Order it in the morning, it ships in the afternoon.
Wow. All right, so you heard that here.
Yep.
If you're looking for something, a quick solution, but it's high quality. And then what about the CFM on these fans? Do you just have one option?
On these, yes, it's our dual 14-inch fan. It is 3,200 CFM.
That's a lot, though.
Yeah.
That is a lot.
Yeah, it'll work up to 800-900 horsepower, no problem.
Okay, and then multiple finishes. Are we looking at polished and raw, or just one?
Right now, what we're doing is this is actually a hard anodized finish.
Oh, okay.
And it preserves, I mean, you can touch this all day long and it'll never leave
wow.
a fingerprint.
Yes.
It cleans up the machining, and like you said, you can see where the tongue and groove is on it.
It is
for
a
the
really
assembly.
beautiful piece. And then, like you said, so that is the only finish they're available in?
Yes.
Okay. So if you want a good solution to cool your high performance car and even give yourself a little bit more space, check out Cold Case Radiators. Thank you, Dave.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
Nice
Thanks for
meeting you.
stopping.
Thank
Likewise.
you.
I'm excited to be here to see what else you've got, and there's some things that I learned. I did not know that you guys were doing the oval exhaust, the transitions. Tell me a little bit about stuff like that. You got V-band clamps.
Yep. Yeah, our Builder series has expanded greatly, and this is actually a brand new product, the oval tubing and all the transitions that come with it. We're targeting the high-end builder who's here at this show.
Yeah.
I mean, it's loaded with them, you know, for low ground clearances and guys that want to fab their own stuff. But we also make it in round tubing in 2.5, 3-inch, the V-band clamps, a whole assortment of hangers and wire forms, so you can fab up all your own stuff.
Well, and I see coated, but I also see a lot of stainless. So it's 304 stainless, is that right, or what is it?
We're a mix between 409 stainless and 304.
Okay.
All the oval tubing, all the Builder series is 304 stainless. It's a non-polished.
Yeah.
Our general exhaust line is mainly 409 stainless steel.
Got it. Which is super nice to weld. You can get super nice fusion welds on your joints.
Yep.
And for the show car guys, which are here, they can have a stunning looking exhaust system that's all stainless. And now with the low pro stuff, that's really cool.
Yep.
I've begged for this stuff on a couple of projects that I've done because I like them low. But sometimes you just got to compromise and jack it up a little bit. So with this, now we have more options, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So full exhaust systems, what platforms do you have like a full bolt-in exhaust system for?
So we're really strong in muscle car, early muscle cars, 60, 70 muscle cars, trucks, C10, square body. We actually have early Ford truck applications now. This system over here is first gen Nova. You know, so Nova, Camaro, Chevelle, you know, everything. And then we go all the way up into the newer stuff too.
Yeah.
We're huge in Jeep. JK platform is really big. Your partner uses a lot of our stuff. Ian
Johnson, yeah, for sure.
And all the way up into late model trucks. So we started another little segment of pipes that is tunes and a tip, it's called.
Yeah.
So late model trucks that just need some sound. We have a bolt-in muffler, and then we provide a tip for it. So a guy gets a really nice stainless or black powder coated tip along with his great sounding muffler.
Nice, nice. I'm glad you guys are focused on trucks. Obviously at AMD we are also, and square body platform as hot as it can be. What's really coming on strong, and we were just talking about this back there, is the OBS platform.
Yep.
And so, you know, as far as cooling, you guys have that, you service that with the cold case line, but the exhaust systems, and you know, not everybody has a bender in their shop.
Right.
You know, I remember I tried to buy an exhaust bender and do my own stuff, and it was multiple thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
So now I can call you and get the exhaust system that I want. And so talk to me about the different configurations with the actual mufflers themselves.
Yep. So new to the line from historically is our Turbo Pro, and basically it's a turbo design muffler, kind of like a Dynamax type muffler, but all 100% stainless steel, lifetime warranty. That is about our entry level sound.
Yeah.
The old guy sound, sort of.
He's talking about me.
Yeah, all of us. And then we have our Race Pro, which is a straight through muffler with a packing. That's our second quietest, believe it or not. Then we have the Street Pro, which is basically your traditional muscle car chambered muscle sound, and then the Violator, which no HOA will ever approve. It's wake the dead.
Right. So I can call you. I can say I've got this platform. I need an exhaust system for it, and I want it to sound like this.
Yes.
And you can fix me up.
Absolutely.
Right. So I mean, that's gold, man. That's good to know.
X-Pipe and H-Pipe now, so we have both platforms. We had a calling. We were primarily an X-Pipe company in the beginning, but several years ago we changed, and now we have HNX, so even more diversification.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, it's great to catch up with you.
Yeah,
it's great
likewise.
to catch up with the new stuff that you guys have got going.
Yeah.
And when this camera shuts off, I might be calling you a little bit later on because I've got a couple of trucks I want to work on.
I got it.
Good to
Kevin,
talk to you,
always
Dave.
great.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
for sure.
thanks.
Nice to see you. And give him a call. How do people find you on social, by the way?
Pipesexhaust.com.
There we go. Give him a
Pretty
call.
simple.
I mean, guys, could we really not find a bigger motor? What the hell? But that Magnuson's got more liters than most of the Hondas in the parking lot.
What size is that blower?
2750.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
This is
Beautiful car, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I heard about it the next day when they worked.
Gauges.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, very nice.
LT1. Who made your gauges?
We get those from
Dakota. Okay. Yeah. It's perfect. Perfect for the car.
the easiest program ready. One box on top, and then you just have a full line that plugs from the gauges. It's so nice. Yeah. No like.
Yeah, I know the 66.
Yeah, man.
Gauge face.
That core support there is pretty trick, huh?
That looks a little bit like that coal case,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
We're all squirrely. So man, this thing. This looks like it has a little bit of green on it, but it is bad. did that right beside us this morning, too. I heard it click, 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 click. I'm like, oh, that ain't good, dude.
Damn. Oh.
Sometimes game and drag, stuff like that. Hey, you know what?
For sure, that's worth it. Yeah. Yeah, you bounce off something on the side of your car, 20, 30 bucks, that's nothing.
Wow.
Have a good one.
That's cool as hell. Hey man, how you doing?
Oh, you know,
Just hanging out.
living the dream.
Right.
Not sure whose dream.
Oh yeah.
I think it's mine, but self-inflicted.
It's all looking good out here though, man. Hell yeah.
Well, they started, I'm sure they've already started handing them out, but it takes 2 or 3 hours to do it. Do it. Yeah. Well, either come find me or they can put it on the car. They get
Trying to get out of there.
So we got Ron Ryan here. Ron's got this amazing second-gen Camaro behind us, skinned completely with AMD sheet metal. And if you guys know me, you know that I'm doing the same thing with a different car. A lot of people thought this was my car, which that makes me proud because this is nice.
Compliment to me as well.
Yeah, for sure. So obviously, you know, we've got some raindrops here. We're at a car show and it's absolutely pouring down. So we took the opportunity. We brought the hook in and got Ron in here. So I want to talk to you about the car, man.
Okay, yeah.
So it's what I like about it, it's a father-son build, right? Tell me about that.
Well, it's my son's car. He's, how old is he now, 30? So we finally got around to getting him a car. But this is 71 Camaro, and we got it, had a lot of rust on it. And I knew I could get the AMD panels on it, so I wasn't scared of it. So yeah, we cut it up and went from one end to the other with complete brand new AMD panels.
Like our good friend TC Pennick says, one bite at a time. That's how you eat the elephant.
Correct.
And I saw this thing on the rotisserie. If you guys watch AMD Garage, it was probably about a year ago. Almost a little over a year ago. We went to Ron's shop and saw this thing, and you had your work cut out for you. But I mean, nice job on it.
Thank you. Yes,
and I know it's a mock-up, but your panel fit is good, and that's a testament to the sheet metal. Tell me about that, because it's a three-dimensional jigsaw puzzle. What about the back end of this car?
The back end, as far as putting the parts, we went completely with the full trunk. I mean, everything from the wheel wells, the outer wheel wells, the trunk extensions, the quarter panels, the deck lid, pretty much, and the tail light panel. Pretty much everything.
And it's not completely finished. There's some shelves that have to go in here.
Yes.
But I mean, for what it was to what I'm seeing right now is pretty dang outstanding. So, and you're going full pro touring.
Correct.
Talk about drivetrain, chassis, things like that.
We have the LSX We have an LSX in it. We have the Bowler transmission, a 4L60. It's all on the Schwartz Performance chassis.
Yeah. So why the 4L60 instead of the 4L80? You guys can't see it, but the 60.
That's what Bowler, when I told them what I was building, how much horsepower I needed and stuff, that's what they suggested and recommended, and they tuned it exactly for what I was looking for. So it's ready to go.
Well, it's got a smaller case than the 4L80. I had a second gen with the 4L80 in it, but this, I can look down inside that tunnel and I can see lots of space, which is good for heat distribution. It's going to keep it cooler on the inside of the car. But to me, there's not much that's sexier than a Schwartz chassis on this thing. I've had several projects with their products, and it just runs. Brings me to another thing. We're pro touring, right?
Yes.
You've got 14-inch brake rotors on it.
Yes.
So let's take a look at the wheels on it.
Okay.
The Goonie wheels.
Goonie wheels were.
You know, you've seen them forever. But
yes.
The biggest reason to use, and they're not space saver spares, right?
Right.
If the camera guy can look here, look in at this shot right here. We've got bare 14-inch rotors, 6-piston calipers.
Yes, plenty of clearance.
There's no clearance issues whatsoever. I don't have to take the rotors off if I'm doing this with the Goonie wheels, right?
Correct.
So you talk about the reasons to have them.
Well, during the whole restoration process, it's nice to have wheels that, if they did get a little overspray or something, it wouldn't hurt. You know, instead of putting your wheels, you're going to run with it. So I've always wanted these, you know, on them, and they've been great.
For sure. We started seeing them years ago on projects. Like, man, okay, and brilliant marketing. They're like Charlie Brown orange.
Yeah, you see them everywhere.
You see them everywhere, and so you know exactly what they are. And there's a bunch of different sizes. The people in the company are awesome, and you know, but they work. They fit the project. The little nubulas right here, you keep it from rolling across the floor. Absolutely. Right. So it's a work in progress.
Yes.
I'm actually going to borrow the wheels from Ron for my car, for my second gen, and you know, while it's under the paint process, all that kind of stuff. But tell us more about what are your plans for this car? How long is it going to take you to do? How long have you been doing it?
We've been working on it now, I guess, a good year and a couple of months. I feel like we have maybe another year left in it. We're hoping to do a supercharger of some sort. We haven't quite decided on, you know, where we're going to go with that yet. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I think we're going to put some type of roll bar in it that kind of fits the interior. Yeah. Seen some great ideas here at the show this weekend.
So many nice cars out here for sure.
A lot of inspiration there. So that's the plan.
And you're using the flat hood, right?
The flat hood, so I'm worried about clearance. That's something else we've been, you know, as we went around, we were looking at the ones that had a flat hood for clearance. And so I got some good ideas from that,
Well, if you're going to go forced induction, there's some low profile blowers that you can use and reach for and all that kind of stuff. So, there's no limit to how creative you can get. But the flat hood is a challenge, you know? I mean,
yes, it is.
And over at the AMD warehouse, there's a bunch of different cowl induction hoods. If you get in trouble,
that's right,
and it won't cover the box.
Yeah, I have a plan B.
Yeah, for sure. Good deal. Well, it's cool to see this thing here, and I didn't realize that the upper dash is AMD as well.
AMD as well. I had to go with that. It had some rot up there, and then I said, well, we'll just go ahead and replace it while we're here.
Yeah.
Might as well. The roof skin and everything is AMD. We saved this one.
Yeah.
This one was going for the crusher.
Well, I think it's so cool that it's a family build, and it kind of, to me, speaks to what hot rodding is all about.
Yes,
you know, showing it off, and I mean, it's just going to be a nice car.
Yes,
these are my favorite Camaros, the early second gens, and it just, I don't know, it's cool, and it's going to grab people. I literally see people walking past, look at the wheels, and then they go, oh, and it sucks them in. So it's like one of those things, right?
It's very nice, very nice.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thanks for talking to us. And how can people find you? You're on socials. You've got a YouTube channel.
Yes, I have. It's RVR Auto Restoration.
Yeah, right there.
Here. And and I have my Facebook. I have a Facebook as well. Ron Ryan on Facebook, and then it also has a link to my RVR Auto Restoration as well. So, kind of a small thing, but we're getting it bigger and bigger.
Well, you know, you got to start small and grow organically is my favorite word. But if you guys want to follow along this Camaro build with all the AMD stuff and how it's going to shake out, and the process of me prying the Goonie wheels out of his hand for my Camaro project, check him out on YouTube
and Instagram as well.
And Instagram as well, as well as AMD Garage. So hit the like button, subscribe, check out Ron, and of course, hit all the socials with Goonie Wheel. They're just a really neat company, and they've got a big footprint, and you know, One of my favorite things about this whole industry is that it's packed full of companies with really good people in them.
Very true. Yeah, I was very excited about getting the wheels. They got them on there the day we got them. So. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it literally as you were pushing it up on the trailer.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's outstanding. All right, see you on the web. So we got Marcus here from TurboStart Batteries, and you know, when you're doing restorations, you want everything to look, and we were just talking about a vehicle that is stunning, and it's just got the wrong battery in it. And it's not a mistake, it's just something that could be improved on. So we started talking about the different cases. So take a look at these. These look absolutely period correct OE stuff. Tell me about these.
So what we have is we have your auto lights, which are going to be for your Fords, and they're going to be from your 1960 to 73 models. Then you go into like your Delco series, 1967 to 72. Then you're going to go down to the Mopars. This is a yellow cap and a green cap that we offer, and that's going to be a 65 to 74. We are working on the red cap, everybody. Don't kill me, it's coming. But these are our new lithium lines.
They're lithium, they're not lead acid batteries.
It's right, it's an LTO cell as well, lithium titanoxate. So you can basically use any 12 volt charger on the market. It will work with alternators and run under your hood with no problem.
So these are the actual batteries. These are not just displays, right?
That's correct. This is the actual battery.
I want to show you this. This is the actual battery. How many cranking amps for this?
700 cranking amps.
Yeah. So one of the reasons to put a lead acid battery in the trunk is weight transfer, right? This is kind of a non-issue. I don't have to pull this off the front. This is a really interesting option now for me if I want to retain the look of a traditional muscle car, but have modern cranking amps for my AC system, my EFI systems, all the things that demand constant and accurate power. That's why we want this. But maybe we've got a B-body Mopar with a period correct restoration on it. Dude, this is a solution, right?
Oh, absolutely. 700 cranking amps. It only weighs 14 pounds.
Watch this, watch. He's gonna, if I drop it, he's gonna kill me.
No, you can carry a couple of them around. It's no big deal at all. So
not to dog and pony anybody, but I mean, this is really interesting. So I'm glad to hear about this, and I've known about this company for a while, but they look absolutely accurate.
Yeah, we came out with the lithium version though, just because of the new technology that's out there, and it's something that everybody needs. We know a lot of these cars sit for a long time, 4 months, 6 months. These are going to sit with it, and you only have to maintain it about every 2 to 3 months. And to fully charge this thing up, with about, let's see, a 15 amp charger will charge this battery to full in about 45 minutes.
Wow, wow. I do a lot of conversions with EFI into older muscle cars and things like that. I've been around that world for a while, and one of the main mistakes that people make is not guaranteeing that those ECUs and the PCMs, they all need constant power, and it's got to be more than 12. It's a requirement, and the wiring directed to the battery for the computers, it has to happen. And when you get an old lead acid battery, they're inconsistent. They work for the old systems. They worked great.
Yeah.
But when you're whatever you call it, you're migrating a new system into an old car. That's one of the things where you can really get yourself into trouble.
Well, I don't want to take away from AGM because they do a great job. AGM batteries have their place.
Yeah.
And they do a great job. There's just a lot more maintenance to them.
Yeah.
And they just can't do what the new lithium stuff can do.
Right.
So, because in an old period correct car, an AGM battery, you got to maintain that thing monthly, all the time. You're maintaining it.
Yeah.
So, but with these, you can be a little more lenient on them and still have the same power at any time.
Yeah. Awesome. How do people find you?
Turbostart.com.
Yeah. There you go. I can't say anything more than that. Thanks, man. This is awesome. Everybody needs insurance on their car. Let's face it, we invest months and years of our time, not to mention the resources, into these cars, and stunning display of vehicles here. No telling what type of a financial investment everybody has, and everybody has it, whether you're just fixing up a car or full restoration. So one of the things that is really challenging is properly valuing a car and getting coverage to match what your investment is, whether it's time, resource, whatever. How do you guys solve that problem?
Yeah, so our company is Turnkey Collector Car Insurance.
Yeah.
We have over 100 years of collector car, motorsports, and shop insurance.
Yeah.
The biggest thing that what makes us better than anybody else is my partner, my president, Chuck, is 25 years at Grundy, president of underwriting.
Yeah.
You know me, and everybody else knows you from the car world.
Yeah.
I know that truck is $300,000, $500,000, $1 million.
Yeah.
You pick up the phone, you call Grundy, Haggerty, American Collectors, you talk to an agent that has no clue and tells you your truck, that C10 that you just built, for $250, they want to give you $150.
Right.
You come to us, $250, I'll give it to you. I don't need you to go to a million web pages and answer a lot of questions. You give me agreed value, type of truck, type of car, whatever it is, name, address, zip code, driver's license number, and most of the time you can get a quote within a half hour.
Yeah.
You know, we've grown so much in the 18 months worth of business, 18 months worth of being in business.
Yeah.
We have 1,200 clients, but the biggest thing is $65 million worth of agreed value cars.
Yeah.
Riddler cars, grade 8 cars, Amber cars. I work with 20 builders out here.
Yeah.
They want to deal with people who know the business, and that's what makes us very unique.
Well, you guys being car people, you understand that it's a painful thing to have a claim, and it's a real it's heartbreaking most of the time. So how do you guys handle that? Somebody has a trailer incident, maybe it shifts in the trailer, you scrub some paint off, something like that.
Everything's covered, so it's full of greed value. We're one of Grundy's biggest leaders, okay? So Grundy has unlimited driving. Drive your car as much as you want, not to work every day, every week or whatever. Full of greed value. In most states, zero deductible, comprehensive and collision. So you can't beat that. You know, and like I said, you're spending $200,000, $300,000, $500,000 on a truck.
And that's not uncommon.
And it's very common. And you're talking to someone that says, they're looking at a book and saying, I'm sorry, it's only worth $150. What do you do?
Well, and that's a terrible thing. That's a problem that you want to solve that problem before it becomes a problem. So how do people find you guys?
They find us. We're online at www.tki.llc. 866 Turnkey. Check us out on Facebook. Turnkey Collector Car Insurance. You're going to see some of the shops we work with. You're going to see some of the dealers we work with. We work with some of the biggest consignment dealers in the country. They want peace of mind. They want experience, and that's who we are.
And let's face it, we want to get out in these cars. We want to put our right foot in the thing. We want to have the experience of maybe a power tour, maybe driving to an event like this. So the security of being covered with your investment, to talk to these guys, it's a no-brainer.
I'm telling you, get out and drive. That's Grundy's policy. Go out and have a good time. Kevin, thank you very much.
You betcha.
Okay.
All right. Painless Performance. We got Lance. Actually, it's kind of nice to be in out of the rain, so thanks for that. But I want to ask you a couple of questions. I'm seeing stuff here, and the wheels are turning in my head. So I'm a big LS swap guy. You've got a swap wiring harness here. Tell us a little bit about what's new with Painless Performance.
From a product standpoint, we've got some new stuff coming out. We've got a new Chevelle, an El Camino harness coming out, which we introduced at the NSRA Nationals.
Nice.
So that was a good product for us. We do a lot of stuff with the LS swaps. We have the Vortec engines all the way up to about the 2012, 2014 era when they started doing the big changeovers.
Right.
It's easy, plug and play, great instruction booklet, tech line people. So we're always here for the customer, and we're trying to do our best for them.
So it's always nice to have, like a lot of people that do the LS swaps, they want that factory GM ECU, and you've got the multi-pin plugs for that.
Correct.
You know, instead of going with an aftermarket controller, you guys have an option for that, and obviously it's plug and play, right?
It's all plug and play. You have the computer connectors right on it. We sell a computer that has the VATs taken out of it, so the customer can just buy the computer, plug it in, and fire the engine off.
I love it. I love it. So out here, we've got, and I've used paintless stuff all throughout my, whatever I could call it, a career building cars and doing stuff with TV shows. And I'm a firm believer in the product line. It's never let me down. I've never been on the side of the road because of a paintless performance harness in any one of my projects. But the other thing that I really like, maybe people don't really talk about it, is the power braid, the sheathing.
So the sheathing, we have a couple different styles. The power braid itself is a little bit rougher on the texture on the outside, and then we have what's called the classic braid.
The classic is nice too.
It's a little more flat as far as the shininess goes.
Right.
A little smoother on the exterior, but it's great stuff. It wraps around the wires. You can add wires to it later if you need to. Just open it up and add those in.
That's what I was going to say. If you have, if you've got to chase down a ground fault or something like that, you can just expose. And
Matter of fact, I'll just pull this one out.
Yeah.
So as you can see, it just wraps around and snap it back together and away you go.
So it's super easy to install. It's one of those things you don't want to forget about when you're doing a wiring project. I mean, it's one of the things, and personally, the power braid, it's a little stronger feeling. So if you're doing bulkheads or through a firewall or in and amongst, I mean, guys are, let's face it, they're putting wiring into frame rails and through cross members and things like that now. So we want to have a strong, not only a grommet, because please grommet.
Use a grommet,
but also the sheathing. So you guys are a solutions company. So how often do you release new products, and how do you figure out what to release?
A lot of times we look at the market itself and what's the demand, what are people asking for. The second thing we look at is, can we get the connectors? Because that's always a big thing. Is if we can't get the connectors, we can't build the harness. So we're always looking at new stuff, trying to expand the product line, looking at different avenues of things we could do for folks. So it's just, there's a lot of things that go into it, but we're always working on something.
So obviously you can find a good solution or a lot of good instructional things on your website.
Absolutely.
I was super impressed. I went there a couple of weeks ago, and there's some really great informative videos there. How do people find you on social media and YouTube, things like that?
Just go to paintlesswiring.com. That's the website. We have a Facebook page. We're on Instagram. We're all over the place there. So go to the website. If you need instruction manuals, you can download those from the website itself. We have a tech line. If you need help, 1-800-423-9696. Give us a call.
Thanks for what you guys do.
Thank you. Appreciate your time.
If you're thinking about it, if you're building one, talk to these guys.
First.
My name's Sherry.
Okay, then.
And my dad bought this car in 1973 for $50. Now, even in 73, you don't buy a 64 Nova for $50. But the lady used the car to haul straw for her horses.
Haul straw?
Now, straw, yes. And you're going to say, wait, how many bales of straw could you haul? She put one in the trunk and one in the back. So after doing that and hauling the straw, she decided that maybe this wasn't the right thing to do. So she sold the car to Dad with straw and all for $50.
With the straw in it?
With the straw in it. And she bought a pickup truck, I think.
Okay.
So anyhow, so that was 73. So in 1974, at the time we lived in Ohio, a big swath of tornadoes, the Midwest outbreak like of April 1974. You can look that up.
Okay.
And the small town near us, like 20-some people died. But the cars were sitting outside, and then came the hail damage. Looked like some little person jumped up on there, and they just took a ball-peen hammer and just beat the shit out of it. So, fast forward. So I got married, and and my husband I brought the car with me, so he got the car, and we drove it until the 80s.
Okay.
And then he just put a jack underneath it, stuck it in the corner of the Dodge, and that's where it's set for the next. He took it out about 10 years ago.
Okay.
Started working on it.
Okay. That is an interesting story.
Interesting story. It's got lots of our kids who are in their 40s. They don't tell that part. They don't like that part, but they remember because we drove back and forth to work.
Okay. So
life happens.
Yeah. So it was a used car.
I actually took my driver's license or driver's test in this car.
Okay. Man, yeah, it's a part of the family. It's part of your family.
I did. It was my friend. It had a clock in the transmission. I got out of a ticket one time that way.
Yeah.
So the guy said, "How do you know that you stopped?"
Yeah.
Policeman. And I said, "Because it clunked." He goes, "It clunked." I said, "Yes. When it's going to stop, it goes clunk."
Hold on, let me zoom in on it.
What's up? It's Last Resort, Lucky 13 Hot Rods and Custom. We're here at Triple Crown of Rodding. We failed to make it here with the 86 C10. If you know what I'm talking about, then you're following along, and I appreciate you. We didn't make it here with that, but we made it here with my girl, Betsy Girl, my 77 C10 shop truck. We got here to Tennessee at 2 a.m. GPS took us through a random person's cow pasture. I got cow shit on my tires, standing next to $250,000 bills, polishing their wheels up. But this is what hot rod is about. This is what we do. We're here to show up, show out, no matter what.
Okay, we're here talking with Tim McCarthy. I know you from way back with Hushman. We've gone back a long time, and you know you've always been a flat-footed, just straight-up guy. You know what you know. You've got a product that meets the problem and provides a solution. So thanks for that, right?
You know, Kevin, it's no thanks necessary. You know what? We love this industry. It's relationships like this that endured 20 years, right? Yeah. I mean, we're talking 20 years of time. Yeah. It's what makes this all worthwhile.
Yeah, for sure.
Right
so
on.
You've diversified some amazing stuff. I saw you last year at SEMA show, and you were debuting a sealant that is just. Tell us what's new. Tell us about that sealing product, as well as there's some other stuff here that I had no idea that was Zycoat and Hushmaz.
Right. So we started Zycoat about 5 years ago, but that was after about 7 years of development. And we developed a line of clear coats, a whole variety of formulations that are specific to problems in the automotive industry. Right. What's the one thing people hate to do? People hate to polish wheels.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's something that happens in a show like this today. people are going to have to repolish these wheels over and over again.
Water spots, hard water stains, even just the oxidation that happens with polished billet, it's going to continue to deteriorate. Not deteriorate, but oxidize. It forms that layer. You can't outsmart chemistry.
You got that right. And what the problem today is all of the clears that are out there in the industry have very, very poor UV properties.
Right.
We developed a coating that has outstanding UV properties. And let me show you. So this is a powder clear coat that's used by many of the OE wheel manufacturers.
Yeah.
This is what happens to the wheel over time.
And I've seen it hundreds of times, yeah.
This was done, Forgeline tested this, 3,400 hours of salt spray testing. That's what happens with the powder clear.
Yeah.
Here's the same 3,400 hours with the Zyclear product.
Wow. Yeah.
It's dramatic.
And
You'll
salt
never
spray's
have
aggressive.
to. You'll never have to polish this wheel again. You have to polish this 100 times over this time frame.
Yeah, well, and a lot of people that don't know, they'll make the mistake of using an automotive urethane 2K clear on top of aluminum, and it just doesn't work like that. It's going to flake off, and somebody's going to be horribly disappointed. But they want that brilliant look.
Right on.
So I saw this product on a chrome grille on a 34 Ford that was a stunning build, and I couldn't tell it was on there. I didn't believe you.
Right on.
That it was on there in the headlight rings. We know the car we're talking about.
I
right?
do. The Kid Express.
Yeah.
Right on.
Absolutely.
Right on.
Yeah, amazing vehicle, and so I'm sold on it. I'm going to use it on some of my projects. I've got it's a differential cover, just a 10. It's a little Camaro project, right? But it's a billet aluminum differential cover, and I want it to stay like that. It's under the freaking car. There's going to be road debris on it as well. So is this a deflective thing, or will it withstand, whatever acid and all the stuff that comes off the highway?
It'll withstand road chemicals. Nothing bonds to this clear coat.
Yeah.
Nothing penetrates it, and it's a 10 micron thick coating. The difference is there's no solids in our formulation. So it's just, you wipe it on, air dries in 90 minutes, it's there for the next two years.
So I'm not going to have to crawl underneath my Camaro and polish this diff cover again.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, well, and then it goes to the, there's a lot of OE suspension components that are raw metal. And it just happens, right?
Right.
So if you're doing a classic car, and I've run into this with tie rod ends and things like that, and you want to have a coating. If you're doing a traditional restoration, you want to maintain that OE look.
Exactly.
Whether it's a CAD coating or just a raw casting or something like that, even into the aluminum. So this, to me, is a solution. And it's not. Have you got a satin finish with it as well?
It's only gloss.
Okay.
We only have it in a gloss finish.
Right.
So think about when you look under the hood, and a lot of these hot rods, what they've gone to is black.
Yeah.
They've all gone to black intakes because they're trying to cover up the oxidation. They're trying to cover up the problem with a black coating.
Right.
Now we have something that you could take a brushed aluminum, let's say, you could take nickel finishes, but a brushed aluminum intake, you apply this clear coat to it, it'll maintain that brushed look for the next 2 years under the hood.
Yeah. Well, it's amazing. It sounds like amazing technology. You guys have scienced it out. I'm a big fan of the Zycoats, the different color options that you're getting.
Right on.
And so it's a great solution again. So Tim, thank you for saving guys like me from endless hours of polishing and just offering solutions for us.
Right on.
It's one of the coolest things about this industry is seeing what's new and being at these car shows like this and the events and the trade shows is finding guys like you that are creating solutions to the problems that everybody has with their cars.
You got it.
So to find Hushmat, tell people how to find you.
They can come to hushmat.com, HUSHMAT.com, or they can go to zycoat.com, CYCOAT.com. Our products are all available.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so you know how to find them now.
So, Lead, they have these awesome Mopar brake upgrade kits. They have billet ones, they have this caliper, which also looks really good for when doing restoration. Maybe someone doesn't want a fancy billet caliper for their car or their hot rod. These get easily mistaken for exactly
both worked at Power Mopars.
Really?
Yeah, I worked there for like 3 months, and that's.
Pierce with Straight Line Customs. This is a 67 Nova that we started with about 3.5 years ago. The owner's a quadriplegic. Basically, he's owned a car since high school and wanted to redo it his style and have a chair that actually he can get in and out of the car with. So we started with a Roadster Shop, fast track chassis, 1,000 horse LS, automatic, you know, and then basically built a badass Nova off of it. It's got a lot of subtle features, shaved drip rails, flush mount glass, a lot of handmade parts. Evod Industries did the grill for us, headlight buckets, grill, upper hood molding. All the front inner fender wells are all handmade. The whole intake is handmade. Radiator support cover handmade. Exhaust cutouts in the back are all handmade too. Bumpers are sucked in. You know, all new sheet metal through the whole car, floors, trunk, everything was all made to fit around the chassis too. And then basically finished it off with a candy brandy wine paint job, along with a gold accent, and it's just done perfect.
It is. Now, where's you got any other shows you're trying to attend before the end of the year?
Yeah, we're going down to probably SEMA, and then hit Arizona. We're going to go down to the last show for Good Guy Rod Custom down there, and then we also got a big Jimmy that we're going to take down to. There's a C10 show down there. I can't remember the name of it, but
Dino's.
Dino's. We're
Okay.
taking Jimmy down to Dino's, so
Okay.
we'll probably tag along this too. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll probably see you at Dino's then, for sure.
It'll be good.
Yeah, man. Well, thank you very much, man.